Hello, hello. In this video, I want to talk about personal branding and how you or most people are not getting out there and sharing because they have an issue with how they look. And this is profound because if you don't love yourself and you don't love how you look, it's going to be very difficult to get out there and be authentic, because you will like to change the way you look so you get validation from outside, or people think that you're pretty, and then you're changing yourself, you're not authentic anymore. And this is something that I've seen, not in myself, because I've never had that problem. I've always liked the camera, and I look, I'm looking messy. I just woke up, I have here some things from the mouth, and my hair is not done. And I love myself, right? I really like myself in the camera. And I think this is something that I wanted to address because I see that this is not normal, that this is not natural. Like my wife, for example, doesn't want to get in the camera, and we are having a brand, and she's in the camera, but she needs to really, be good, and we have to go on a place that she likes, and then we do the video. I could do the video anywhere. And then I was talking to a friend yesterday, and the friend was telling me that he doesn't trust his voice, which is a topic from another video. But he also has a lot of struggles and insecurities with the way he looks. And that's why he doesn't like to get in the camera, because he doesn't like himself. And when he sees himself in the camera, he's not going to like it. So then that's a great blockage. So I think most of the work that we have to do on personal brand is not about how to build a personal brand, how to make a business around it. It's more around, clearing all these blockages and insecurities that we have about the way we look. And the most important thing to keep in mind here is, there's a little bit of noise, is to understand, what is in the core of the issue. Like, is there something around how people are going to perceive me? Is like, I care about what people say about me? Is there something in the past, which is the case, where I show up authentically, and my father, my mother, a sibling, someone in the classroom, in the school, in the university said something to me that really closed me off? For sure, something is going to pop up in your mind, and you really don't want to go into that situation and clear the emotion, right? And I think you need someone to tell you, and that's going to be me in this video, someone to tell you that however you look is how you look. And the most sexiest thing is confidence. And not sexy and confidence, but the most authentic, the most attractive thing is being authentic. Like, I don't care how you look. If you have your hair like this, or you look messy or whatever, when you show up in that state and you don't care, that's very attractive, because that speaks about that you love yourself. And I think loving yourself is a journey that we all have. It's a journey that I've been also in the past, and now I'm very farther in the way on that journey. Of course, I still need things to work on. But I really think that I love myself in any state. I don't care if I'm ill. I don't care how my hair looks. And the beautiful thing about that is, once I started to don't care about how I look, I started to look even good. I started to radiate. It's not because I changed something on my face. It's because the radiance that comes, the light that comes from within, radiates. And that's very beautiful. And everyone has that. And I think that's the beautiful thing. And we are misunderstanding glow by radiance. And radiance and glow is not the same. Glow is this glowy face, is external. Radiance is internal, comes from the inside. So I really think that if you're not starting your personal brand, because I think every one of us has a impulse, that's my take, that's my experience. All of us, we want to share. There's this drive to share with others. There's this drive to share our journey. There's this drive to teach others what we know and what has helped us and has helped us in our struggles. And I think there's a drive in all of us to do that. We want to share with the world so others know and we can help each other. I think there's a drive. I really think there's something inside of us that wants to help others and get in. Now, the good thing about social media is that you can do that very easily. And someone that is in China, well, I'm in Latin America, so I say China, but I say Europe. I don't care. Like, how cool is that, right? But I think most of us are not doing that because we have this blockage. And the real blockage is that we don't like ourselves. And of course, how is gonna a kid like himself if the father and the mother don't like who we are authentically, right? Our father and our mother, like if you're lucky, yes, but in my case, they didn't like who I was. And they liked what they wanted me to be, right? And I had this journey, of course, of living a life that was not mine and getting in depression and then learning about who I was really, right? But how is a kid gonna grow up being authentic if the father and mother, which is the most important thing for the kid, don't allow that kid to be authentic, right? But that's not putting ourselves in the victim state, in the victimhood. It's just about learning that, yes, that's why you have a struggle, because your parents maybe didn't like your authentic self because they didn't even like themselves. And that goes back into the tree of family. So it's your journey to really get into the core of this question. Do you like yourself? Do you have an issue with yourself? Why do you have an issue with yourself? Is there something in the past that really made you not love yourself? And I could speak about that, like I maybe made a video if you want, if you have a specific question about my journey of self-love. But in my case, for example, I was in a therapy, somatic therapy, that you work on the body and the nervous system and you reset the nervous system and the fascia. And something that came up from that work was that I couldn't love myself, because if I loved myself, I had to close the relationship with my mother energetically. It was this little boy that if I love myself, I have to break the relationship with my mother. Boom. This was 2 months ago, and was really enlightening in the sense that, wow, like that was very profound. I think I was 2 years old. You have to think that you have a lot of people inside of you. It's not just you, the adult self. There's every year on yourself. So you can be a 1-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 25-year-old, 35, 45, right? Whatever your age. And I think I really went through that core thing and I was able to unblock it. And that really helped me. But we have all this psychological thing around why I cannot love myself, or because of something. So you want to really get into the core of that question and work with someone. I'm not the one to work with around that, but I think you can have the awareness and work with someone that you trust, and and work around this thing about how do I look and do I like myself the way I am, and the authenticity part, because that's really the core thing and the foundation on anything, right? And in personal brand, we can talk a lot about strategy, on how to show up, how to use the technology. But really on the core and the foundation is that people don't like themselves, and that's why they don't show up. If we worked really on the foundation and on liking ourselves how we are and showing up authentically, you will see everything else. You will figure it out, as I've done myself. Nobody has taught me how to use the camera and so on. But every one of us can learn to do that, like put the camera, how to upload it on YouTube. All these things are very minimal things that you can learn by yourself, and ChatGPT also will tell you. But the core foundation is like people are very limited by themselves because they don't like themselves the way they are. So that's the whole point of this video, and I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, if you have any struggles on that end, please let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll make a video answering to those comments. So see you on the next videos on personal brand, and please start your personal brand. Start sharing your truth. Start sharing what has helped you, because whatever has helped you will help another one. Will help another person, and that's how we have to think, right? If this has helped me, there's millions of people that have the same problem. So I'm gonna share it openly, and if anyone wants to work with me, so be it, perfect. But the first thing is to share and to get out there and to get the voice out there. And you will see how many people you will impact. And that is very fulfilling. So my encouraging to you to start your personal brand this 2026.